Spring,
Yeah.
almost. We have
Yes.
sunshine.
Yes. Welcome. Welcome to Decoding Your Superpowers. I'm Teresa Lisum here with my fellow coach and friend.
Linda Karshner.
Welcome, Linda. Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
always look forward to these
Yeah,
these
me too.
conversations. So thank you. But you mentioned spring, and I just want this was just an awesome thing. I saw some green on trees just the last couple
Uh-huh.
of days. Like, yeah,
Yeah, I was at
finally.
a friend's house and her little tulip buds are starting to peek up, daffodils or whatever they are.
Yeah, yeah,
So I was like,
those
woo!
little bursts of light of
Uh-huh.
life, and
Right.
love this time of year. So
I do too.
hope everybody watching is enjoying their first sign of spring as well.
Right.
So that's when this is being recorded. But we have something pretty exciting, at least for
Yeah,
us
something a little
today.
different. Yeah.
We have two reports
Hmm.
that we have placed side by side. And our initial conversation around them, it was like, oh, these two
Yeah.
people are pretty similar. They have
Uh-huh.
similar strengths. So we wanted to compare them,
Right.
see what they look like. And interestingly enough, even though they have similarities
Hmm.
on the surface level, as you
Hmm.
said, as you get down deeper, they are dissimilar.
Right.
So it'd be awesome to see if we actually had these two people with us,
Hmm.
how these similar strengths are showing up differently. So this is a good time to say we all have 34 strengths that
Right.
Gallup has determined that
Hmm.
Donald Clifton, is that his
Yeah.
first name?
Yes. Hmm. Yep.
Determined, after lots of interviews, and now by this point in time, they've had so many,
Yeah.
researches and they just have got so much data together. They
Hmm.
know this is pretty much right on point. So even though we all share 34 strengths, they don't show up the same for us.
Right.
It's all about the order, where they fall in the lineup of your strengths and how each of them work together. So when you take a look at these two reports with us, you'll see similarities as well, but we're going to point out commonalities and differences.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
wanted to preface that. And if you have anything to share while I pull this up, feel free to do so. Where's my share button? There it is.
Yeah. So I think Teresa and I are a prime example because we have a lot of similarities in our strengths and our top domains and things like that. But, it's just the difference in one or two strengths can make a significant difference in how you approach the world, how you do everything.
Right.
And
Yeah,
uh,
it's so,
so I
yeah.
can see it, but I can also see the background of your desktop.
Okay, but as long as you could see it,
Yep.
I don't care if you see but I can make it bigger. I just,
Okay.
okay, did it go
Yep.
bigger for
Yep.
you?
That
Okay.
that's bigger. Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were seeing my other screen. Okay, so there we go. We're going to look at
Okay.
that.
Yeah, that looks good.
And so we have two side by side. I will say they're both young men, so they're both
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Hmm.
So we'll just refer to one as left and one on the right. Okay, the one
Yeah.
on the left, the one on the right. So I just want to remind anybody who's been following along with us as we've done these conversations, we focus on the top 10.
Yeah.
So the top 10 is our zone of genius. It's
Hmm.
where we are best when we're operating from that top 10 zone. We're the most productive, the most energetic, the most creative.
Hmm.
They are of utmost importance to us, those strengths that fall into those top 10.
And they're how we do everything.
Thank you. Yes.
They're,
We do
you know,
everything.
uh, it, Clifton Strengths has primarily focused on corporate relationships, type of settings, and also college, education. So there has been a lot of research and application done for business, corporate, and college. But one of the things that we have learned is that it's not just about your job and your education that these
Yes.
strengths matter. It's your relationships with your friends and your family, your spouse. It's even how you approach your health and wellness
Yes. Yes.
and how you what other your hobbies,
Your
your
hobbies.
faith journey, which
Yes.
is, like where I take people. So
Hmm.
it
Yeah. Your
matters.
your
It,
career, your
yeah.
business,
Yeah.
whatever your all areas of your life,
Hmm.
these do show up, and these can be leveraged in any one of those areas.
Hmm.
So once you know them, you can use them for good. A lot
Hmm.
more good than not really they're there, but you're not really using them in an optimal way, we'll say.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So thank you for that. So let's
Hmm.
take a look at these. So if we look at
Yeah.
the top 10,
Hmm.
you can see that there's a lot more afterward after those top
Yeah.
10. Most people, I would say, they kind of go back over into like 11, 12, 13. So even though we focus on the top 10, we know that all of us are pulling from those next couple of strengths as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
The bottom five, as we always mention,
Hmm.
we don't want to be operating from those.
Right.
Those are not weaknesses. Those are just not serving us in any way.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and we hesitate, and we're resistant to using those strengths in a healthy and productive way.
right.
So we think almost everyone does this. As soon as you get your report, you look at the bottom strengths, like what's wrong with me? What do I need to
Hmm.
improve?
Yeah.
But kind of the irony of it all is that if you tried to, like, for me, the one on the left has discipline at 30, and the one on the right has woo at 30.
Hmm.
So if the report on the left, if that young man would try to do everything in an organized, routine way, he would actually be in the basement of that strength. We think we would be in the balcony of it, that we would be operating at its full potential, but we wouldn't. When it's in our bottom strengths, we actually um, kind of are on the dark side
I was just going to
of
say the
that.
dark side. Yes.
Yeah, and the same, like with the report on the left, the person who has woo. If he goes to try to be the life of the party and talk to a bunch of strangers and charm everyone, it's gonna fall flat.
Yeah. So, I mean, he could do it.
He could
It,
do it.
it just is, he's not going to be at his best.
Uh-huh,
And
uh-huh.
it's going to probably drain him and take
Drain
a lot of
him. Yeah.
energy and probably be very stressful.
Yeah.
So that's not something he would want to do. And I see his includers down there as well.
Uh-huh.
So anything that, yeah, requires him to be with a big group of people and like
Right.
turned on and is just going to be really, like I said, draining, de-energizing for him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, everything in between those
Mm-hmm.
top 10, 11, 12, and those bottom five, that's the mid ground, the meh, we call it, the
Mm-hmm.
neutral. There's no energy around them whatsoever. So we don't even look at them.
Right.
We might reference them and just say, oh, I'm just curious to see where,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
his belief is,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't really give a lot of attention to them.
Right.
Okay, other than curiosity's
Yeah.
sake. So let's take a look at these. If you've been following our conversations over time, you'll see or you'll know that we look at these colors. It's color
Mm-hmm.
coded. So the
Mm-hmm.
first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the top 10, count
Mm-hmm.
up the colors, and put them in the proper categories. So there's
Mm-hmm.
four categories. And so it's very easy to look at those colors and write down what has the most number of strengths in it, what
Mhm.
category has the most. But if you just look at the colors without even doing much beyond that, you will see in this right one, there's a lot of orange, yellow, whichever you want to refer to that at,
Mhm.
as we'll call them orange, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a lot of oranges. So it's one, two, three, four, five of them.
Five.
So this particular person is a very dominant influencer
Hmm.
because that
Hmm.
yet color is associated with the influencing category.
Hmm.
And so that's really important to him. If you have three of something, it's important. As you increase the number, it gets even of utmost importance. So this
Exactly.
person is really a heavy influencer, meaning he loves to move people forward. It's
Hmm.
all about bringing people from point A to point B.
Hmm.
And I'm sure he can see how to do that very, very easily and very quickly.
Yeah, I think that he probably doesn't, because I know him. I don't think he probably realizes how powerful he is in these strengths. And so I just am excited for him to kind of grow into them and accept them.
And that's the thing. These strengths, superpowers, as we call them here,
Hmm.
are so easy for us. They're so natural. They're
Hmm.
so organic. We just use them every single day to
Hmm.
varying degrees. And we don't think they're anything special. We just assume everybody else is like that.
Yeah,
They're not.
they're not.
We can guarantee that anybody with five
Uh,
influencing strength
yeah,
is
that's
thinking
unique.
differently than everybody else.
Hmm.
So nothing is good or bad, it's just the way it is. But
Hmm.
once you have an awareness around that idea that,
Hmm.
oh, I'm thinking differently than you. You have
Right.
your own lineup of strengths, so you think differently than I do. So it just gives us the opportunity to be more accepting of
Hmm.
others as they are and not really try to change them or at least get a clear explanation from them.
Hmm.
Well, how can you do that? Like, well, how do you think like that? Like, you can ask them questions to get a clearer picture for yourself how they do that or why they
Right.
think that way. And then the young person on the left, if you again look at the colors, this
Hmm.
one is a little bit different. You'll see three orange or yellow colors. And then you'll see a couple of blues, a couple of purples.
Hmm.
So he's got a little bit more of a mixture going on.
Right, right. But he does have three strategic thinking
Yep.
strengths in
Yep.
his
And
top 10.
that's
So
the
three
green.
influencing and three strategic thinking. And again, I would like to ask him, and maybe you did, which he feels he leads with.
Yes, yes.
You
And
know,
he,
is his driving force more thinking, creating, and learning kind of in his head, or is it more moving people forward?
yeah.
And which one serves the other one?
Right. And I did ask him that, and
Okay.
he believes that yes, he starts with the thinking,
Okay.
the learning, the creating, the planning, and
Hmm.
then he moves people in the
Hmm.
path that he knows is best.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, he
I
was very
appreciate that
adamant
because
about that.
I like with my strategic thinking and relationship building, I find that a lot, the majority of my thinking, creating, and learning is to contribute to the connections that I have with
Yes,
people,
yes, me too.
groups that I'm supporting or trying to, connect with. Not
Right.
groups, but like individuals in those groups.
Yes.
Hmm.
So the domains work together, and depending on which one is leading,
Hmm.
excuse me, as you said, it's it's leading, but it's still serving the other
Yes.
category. And they're all
Yes.
serving each other. It's not
Hmm.
like, they're not working together. They certainly are.
Hmm.
But the person on the left has more of an even split.
Hmm. Hmm.
So he's going to be able to really flow and jump from
Right.
one domain to another in a lot easier way than the person on the right.
Hmm.
it's going to be a little bit harder for that person on the right, I think, to make that jump
Yeah,
because it is
because
so
he
dominantly
really,
influencing.
he really is very strong with his influencing strengths and even has an influencing strength at 11. So
Oh yeah,
th
yeah,
this
yeah.
is the one on the right. And
Mm-hmm.
then some a little bit more of a flavor of executing strengths. So two in his top 10 and then 12 and 13. So, just like
Mm.
Teresa was saying earlier, like we kind of dip down into that 11, 12, 13-ish area just just to kind of confirm or see what a different flavor someone's dominant domain might have. So very
Mm-hmm.
strong in influencing strengths.
Yeah, very strong. I don't see a lot of those types of
Hmm.
reports come through, so it's
And it's
always,
interesting to see a high influencer with low woo.
that's a good point. That's a very
Hmm.
good point. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have to be flamboyant in your
Hmm.
face, like speaking on a stage, doing
Yeah. And his
TikTok
communication is,
videos, like
yeah. If he does videos, it's videos of him on a tractor, and you see the field and you see the tractor and all of that stuff. So it's not him. It's not his face.
So yeah, that was a really good point that because like the word I don't want to get them mixed up here. So
Mhm.
yeah, Woo's down there. I was thinking Includer
Well,
was down there, but that's where is Includer?
I think that the kind of cut off the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah. So I
So
thought I saw it further down
yeah,
on the
yeah,
right. But so in the word influencer, influencing,
yeah.
we have a concept of it,
Like
attached to social media,
right, right.
and that is not the case. I mean, it
Yeah,
could be, but I'm guessing it,
mm,
like you said, it probably is not that way. He
probably
can
not.
just get people to understand his point of view,
Hmm.
his
Hmm.
way of thinking, he can convince them probably of, well, this is the path we could follow, and this is why. And, so he can do it in a very kind of a backdoor type of a way,
Hmm.
I'm guessing, um, in a softer way than somebody who, again, is a social media influencer. So,
Right. Well, a different way.
in a different way,
He
yes,
has
yes,
command at 5.
right.
And, just looking over on the left-hand side, that
Hmm.
young man has competition and command both in his
Yeah.
top 10. So competition isn't just what we think of like, um, I have to be the winner all the time. It's being energized by um, being with the cream of the crop.
Right. And from
All,
my understanding, people with high competition use somebody's else's, let's say, success
yeah.
to bring themselves up
Hmm.
into a higher level.
To
So
motivate them.
yes, they're using some outside person to, like I said,
Hmm.
to motivate them to
Hmm.
do something even better.
Hmm.
So it's not necessarily win, lose. I mean, it could be, but not all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. They want to be the best, though.
They
It
do.
it motivates them, and the young man on the right has competition at 1. The young
Mhm.
man on the left has it at 5. So those are
Which are
both
both
pretty
both
powerful.
prominent, yeah,
Yeah,
both prominent spots.
yeah.
So it's going to be very strong for them.
Hmm.
Like
So I
my
don't know if they met, if they would butt heads, or if it would be like iron sharpens iron, like
Right,
they push each
right.
other to keep excelling.
That would be interesting. And
Yeah,
they also have self-assurance. Both
that's
have
big.
self-assurance at number 6.
Yeah. So
So
whichever way they do it, they just know that their way's the right way.
yes, that's an inner compass that anchors them, and they know that this is the way it should be, and I know
Hmm.
I'm right, and I know
Hmm.
unless you can prove otherwise,
Right.
and I really admire somebody who can be very self-assured like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I've always wanted to get, move closer towards, which is why I love the whole strengths concept
Mm-hmm.
because it's helped me get closer to my own inner
Yeah.
compass, my own inner self-assurance. But to just have it naturally because that strength is up high for you, I'm a little envious of that, but that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean I can't be that way. It's just
Right.
not natural and easy for me
Mm-hmm.
as it would be for these two people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so competition, we got self-assurance. What was another commonality?
What I just saw, both of the relationship building strengths that they actually have in their top 10 are the same ones. The one on the
And
left has
mhm,
relator at
yep,
3. The one on
yep,
the right has relator at 2.
yes, I
And the
saw
one on the
that.
left has individualization at 8. And on the right, individualization at 10. So I think that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So relator means that they are energized by having a small inner circle, close friends who they've known forever. And individualization, which could kind of go hand in hand with that, like they can see how the square pegs fit in the square holes and the round pegs fit in the round holes. And they want to do that because it's a they're more productive that way.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships are more productive when people
Yes.
are kind of living in where they fit. Not that they pigeonhole them, but that, that they have their niche.
And they, from my understanding, they honor that person in front of them
Mm-hmm.
as to where they're at. They see them where they're at and
Mm-hmm.
they respect that, and then they move from there,
Yeah.
which is would be really powerful with that dominant influencer on the right.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
can see where you're at, but then I
Right.
can see I can see where you can, when you can where you could be, and I know how to get you there.
Right.
Even if you don't see it, he can
Uh-huh.
see it.
Yeah.
A good person to have in your back pocket, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
sure. Yeah.
So let's see, what else do they have in? Yeah, that relator is very interesting that they're both up high.
Yeah, for sure.
So they're probably, yes, very comfortable with just that small group of people.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Oh, command. We did
Yeah.
not talk about command yet.
Yeah, let's talk about
So
that.
command, oh, maybe we did. We maybe brushed over it, but
Mm-hmm.
so the right gentleman would sit at number 5,
Mm-hmm.
pivotal strength, and the number 10 on the other one. So the as they're up higher, they're more energizing to that person.
Mm-hmm.
As they go a little bit lower on the list, it just loses some energy and some
Right.
importance. So command is all about taking charge when needed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like they're going to be able to make decisions a lot faster than like my family. My family can never make a decision because there's nobody with high command. So they'll be really wishy-washy. But this person, like, no, they're going to be able to step up and make the
Right.
decision when need be.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does
Yeah.
that mean they're harsh and like a military type of a way? Maybe, but maybe not.
Right.
No, it's command doesn't mean it's a hard edge, brash, in your face person.
Mm-hmm.
It could be done in a softer way, which I will say the person on the left, that's how he struck me. He
Okay.
had command up at number 10, but
Uh-huh.
he could do it in a way that was heart-centered.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's neat.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing
Mm-hmm.
to see in his conversations. Let's see, what's another common one? Self-assurance, relator, competition. Now I kind of saw restorative jump
Okay.
out. Now, number
Mm-hmm.
8, there's
Mm-hmm.
restorative on the right, and then
Mm-hmm.
on the left, it's right at 11. So
Mm-hmm.
as we already spoke about, um, it's right outside the zone of genius, but it's still probably influencing
Yeah.
how he sees life,
Hmm.
how his brain operates. So they
Yep.
both have restorative
So someone who
working for
has
them.
restorative high, they have an ability to see what's broken and to find solutions for that issue. So, restoring things that are broken.
And they're very quick. They can
Hmm.
quickly assess a situation and see how um, to fix it. I mean, like very quick. Like if you just do
Hmm.
this here, this little
Hmm.
tweak, it's going to be so much more efficient. Oh, and then over here, if you do it this way, that could make it more productive. Like they're very quick at
Right.
seeing the resolution or something better. Now, if you partner that with maximizer on the right at number
Hmm.
11,
Hmm.
so this gentleman, it has restorative at 8 and maximizer at 11. You pair those two together, and oh, yeah, that's going to be the maximizer really is going to amplify the restorative.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because not only can he see what's broken and have a solution for fixing it, he can take something that's good, like once it gets fixed, and take it to the next level.
Next, yeah,
So that, a maximizer is someone who maximizes, takes something good and makes it superb.
right, right. And again, the people with, to me, these some of these are intense strengths. Now,
Hmm.
that's my perspective because
Hmm.
I don't have some of those, a lot of those.
Right.
But a person, in my opinion, who has one, two, three of these, they come across to me as more intense and so
Hmm.
confident and so
Hmm.
self-assured, and they're a take charge type of a person. And so maybe that intimidates me. So I
Hmm.
see it as as intense strengths. How do
Hmm.
you see some of these
Um,
strengths?
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I do as a relationship builder. Like relationship builders meet people where they are and connect with them where they are, where influencing people, um, they see where you can go. And you touched on this earlier. And so they're kind of the person who is pushing or pulling or leading or saying, hey, let's go here, let's get get better. And so that can be kind of intimidating, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah, yep. Again, that's from me, from my
Uh-huh.
perspective.
Uh.
But I do want to talk a little bit about the relationship building aspect of this. So they
Hmm.
have each have two relationship building
Hmm.
strengths. So that domain is not as important to them
Common.
as
Yeah.
moving people forward as a group
Hmm.
or, thinking and planning. So these people might, I don't want to say the struggle, that seems like too hard of a word,
Yeah.
but just because it's not as important to them as the influencing and,
Hmm.
the thing, that doesn't mean they can't
Right.
have good, solid relationships.
Right.
I mean, they obviously can since Relator is high.
Hmm.
So they have these really solid core
Hmm.
people that are really close to them that they could have had for a very long time.
Right.
And they just trust each other and they got this special bond.
Hmm.
So relationship building is still important to them, but
Hmm.
other things take precedence over
Hmm.
that, over them. So in the gentleman on the right, because he's such a high influencer, influencers want to move people forward. So they still have that relationship building desire
Right.
to move people forward,
Hmm.
but I still think they might want to be careful in those relationships. Does that
Hmm.
make sense? Like,
Hmm.
so they're not domineering and they're not critical and they're not taking over. And they're, does that sound
Hmm.
like something you might agree with?
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it's easy when you see down the road, or you see like people need to do this. It's easy to kind of forget about the person and see the big goal
Right,
ahead.
right. That's a good point. See the big picture.
Hmm.
Whereas me and you, as heavy relationship builders,
Hmm.
we will do everything we can to protect those
Right.
relationships and those connections. I
And
mean, we
sometimes to the
to
detriment
the detriment, right?
of
Right.
the group moving forward.
Hmm. Right. And we will hesitate and we
Hmm.
will overthink and we don't want to rock the boat with this particular person. And so we're very protective of
Right.
those relationships.
Right.
Because these two individuals who were looking at their report, it's not going to matter to them as much. It might, they're okay with disrupting the connection
Hmm.
more so than we would be. Now, does that
Hmm.
mean they would be rude about it? Again, I don't know, but it's just they just have a different perspective in terms of those relationships than
Hmm.
we would
Yeah.
as being the heavy relationship builders. So, um, yeah, so interesting. We didn't even talk about achiever or strategic.
Yeah.
Number one there,
Hmm.
ideation. So before we wrap it up, if we want to, pull out any other strengths, I just want to say the person on the left,
Hmm.
strategic,
Hmm.
achiever,
Hmm.
idea, just like ideas, pop,
Yeah.
like a constant flow of ideas
Right.
and different paths and ways to get there. And yeah,
Mm.
constantly inside his head would be my
And really with Achiever there, like have he would have a list of goals to put those ideas into action, those, popcorn ideas, and
hmm.
strategic is strategy A, strategy B, strategy C, strategy D, lots of options.
Right,
But
right.
Achiever keeps him probably like in a practical level getting things done and
Yes,
not just
yes.
in his head.
Right, right, right. He can motivate people. From my understanding with my conversation with him,
Mhm.
he's very good at motivating people, getting them started, lighting a fire underneath
Ah,
them.
maybe I need to borrow him.
And let's see, intellection.
Hmm.
We didn't really talk about that, but that
Yeah.
partners with strategic, I think, and the
Hmm.
ideation, like just thinking deeply and all,
Right.
thinking.
Hmm.
So I don't know if there's anything else you want to pull out in either of those reports.
Yeah, just the arranger with the young man on the left. That's an executing strength, so that helps him to get things done, to organize the pieces of the puzzle
Yes,
and keep
yes.
things in order, so that I can see how that's very effective with his other strengths,
Hmm.
things
Yeah.
going. And then on the right, the deliberative. So it's easy to come across as negative when you have deliberative high, because a person with high deliberative, it means that they have a gift for seeing the obstacles and seeing what could go wrong. And so, you think that they're like Eeyore, you know, everything can go wrong. Anything that can go wrong will. But there's so much value in especially having restorative and deliberative high. So he can see
Hmm.
the obstacles, he can see what's broken, but with restorative, he also can see solutions.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
that's pretty powerful combination.
Yeah, that deliberative. I mean, I don't have deliberative high, but
I don't
I
either.
certainly would want my planner, my person,
Mm-hmm.
somebody that I know who can do that for me
Mm-hmm.
and can
Yeah.
see like the way around those obstacles and
Mm-hmm.
will double check again before implementing. So, yeah, I definitely want somebody like that around me, especially if I'm planning a big, complex project or a
Yeah.
trip or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, well, before we go ahead and finish up, I thought context at number 7 was interesting here on
Mm-hmm.
the right report.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, context is looking to the past as like the foundation or the blueprint for the present. So
Mhm.
the past is very important to someone who has context high. They they feel like it you need to know the past so that you're not doomed to repeat the problems of the past, and so that you can learn from the successes of the past. So that flavors their present thinking is
Mhm.
how did it happen before? What happened before? And how was it successful? How was it not successful? And sometimes you can be in the basement of context where you just get stuck in the past. But the whole idea of the healthy way of looking at context is it's a blueprint.
Yeah,
You
that's
take
good.
what worked, you throw out what didn't work, but you have that awareness. So
That's
you have
good.
an informed decision about the present.
Yeah, thank you. That informed decision. Those are all good. That everything you just said about context was really insightful. And I can see it playing beautifully with deliberative.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, look at the past, see what
Mm-hmm.
you could keep and what's was successful, and then use that in conjunction with deliberative to plan, check, watch for obstacles as you move forward in the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So where is futuristics about Midland
Okay.
on that report, and where is it on the other report?
13 on
Yeah,
the
so
left.
it's pretty high.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Still pretty high up there, but so there's a couple of strengths that are time oriented. So
Mm-hmm.
context being the past, futuristic, of course, being the future, and then adaptability,
Right.
living in the moment, being able
Mm-hmm.
to, go with the flow. Well, I would almost say harmony is one in the present moment as well.
Mm-hmm.
But adaptability,
They
whatever.
both have adaptability at 20.
Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when we have see some of those strengths that are lower, that doesn't, and they're not up in their top 10, that doesn't mean they can't do that stuff.
Right.
They can actually pull from their top 10 and
Mm-hmm.
substitute,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a combination together will substitute for adaptability
Mm-hmm.
or for futuristic. I don't know,
Right.
just picking one out.
Mm-hmm.
So just because it's lower doesn't mean you can't use that strength or you don't have something else that can do it for you.
Right.
So
Right. Exactly.
I just want to make sure I mention that so you don't feel bad because you don't see something higher up in your report
Yeah.
you wish was. Like I said, I kind of wish my self-assurance was up higher. That doesn't mean I can't be self-assured.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not as super easy for me as it would be for a person with self-assurance high. I got to work more at it.
Mm-hmm.
So these both reports were
Yeah. Very
great,
interesting.
wonderful people, I'm sure. And
Mm-hmm.
as we always come to the conclusion, every report we look at, we're like, oh man, this person is fabulous. This person is awesome. This person
Yeah.
is brilliant, just based on their strengths. And if we could see every single person in the world like that,
Yeah. Right.
that would make our world so much better
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because we are all infinitely unique, and we
Mm.
all have come here for a purpose
Right.
to bless the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And if we could all understand that, because once we're gone, like we're gone in
Mm-hmm.
terms of our strengths line up.
Right.
Um, so when we're here and we know it, we have an awareness around it, then hopefully we'll be sharing our gifts with the world.
Mm-hmm.
And our world certainly needs lots of positive gifts. So
Uh-huh.
if you if you have a report that
Yeah.
you have had in the past and you want to
Mhm.
dust it off, or
Yeah.
if you are interested in getting your assessment for the first time, please connect with us. We would love to look at your report like we have here today and every week, where we just take a look at it and just kind of dig in and see if we can figure out the person.
Mhm.
And
And
if
if
you,
I just had a thought, if you and your spouse
ooh,
both have your strengths reports, send both of them to us, and
yeah,
and we could do a side by side like we did today. These were two young men who don't even know each other, but wouldn't it
right,
be
right.
fun to see spouses side by side?
Yeah,
And
and it brings you a new awareness about the other person.
mhm,
You know, if you see like,
yeah,
oh, that's why you think like that. I
yeah,
get it now.
yeah,
So it's not a personal attack on me, it's just your way of thinking.
uh-huh,
You know,
yeah.
that's like
How
that's
do
a
you do
big.
everything?
That is big when
Hmm.
you can see objectively why somebody thinks the way they do,
Right. Gives you a
I think.
language to
Yes, yes.
communicate. I have said to my husband more than once, I know this is your deliberative talking. Mine is 30, his is 3. It's like, but can't we just do the thing? Can't you just
Yeah,
back off on telling me
right.
that it's wrong?
Tone it down a little bit,
Right.
pull it back a little bit. Let
Get
some of
that
my strengths
deliberative under
work.
control.
Yeah. I just had a vision of a lion tamer.
Yeah.
Back,
This
back.
is about how it
Oh my gosh. So yes, get them over to us. Contact me or Linda.
Yep.
We would
We'd
love
love to hear
to
from you.
just look without you being with us, or we would love to have you with us as well.
Hmm.
Every once in a while, we do get lucky and we have somebody in
Yeah,
front
that's
of
always
us
fun.
that can give us some feedback.
Uh-huh.
So thank you everybody for listening in. Linda, thank you so
Yeah,
much
thank you.
for digging in. You know, I love this, and this is our playtime together.
It is. Yeah, just
So
to
we want
be
to,
able to talk about the one of the things we love the most.
right, right. We certainly love this. So I don't think we'll be together next week, but
Right.
we should be together the week after
Little
that.
sign.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
So cute.
My little sign, please do these things.
Yes. You know the routine.
We would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment.
Mhm.
Share with us what you're finding interesting or insightful and any
Mhm.
questions that you have.
Yeah,
All right, my
absolutely.
friends.
We'll get back with
Thank
you.
you so
Bye,
much.
everyone.
See you the
Thanks.
next time. Bye bye.